Hello everybody, this is Karamjit Singh back for yet another fireside chat. And for those of you who are watching the earlier session, I think that was quite breathtaking, very interesting. The professor and the CEO from Multimedia University talking about how AI is MMU, MMU is AI, right? Very bold. And he said it was embedded in the DNA of the company. And actually I had a conversation with John Lim, who's the CTO of Gamuda Berhad, which is a listed company. It's actually a conglomerate. Many of you may know it as a company that does construction and, of course, well known for the smart tunnel, which I just found out was back in the early 2000s. CNN readers voted it as among the top 10 most interesting tunnels in the world. Imagine that. So every time you take a smart tunnel, you're going through a tunnel that has been voted one of the top 10 most interesting in the world. You don't have to fly all the way to another parts of the world to experience amazing tunnel. But anyway, back to this now. What is crazy is I was telling John that while MMU is saying DNA, in their DNA is embedded AI and technology, right? Even in MMU also, in Gamuda, technology adoption and even AI is now embedded into the DNA of the company. And if you don't believe me, listen to John talk for at least 10 minutes about how the journey of technology and engineering and AI has been in Gamuda. I say 10 minutes because I'm not kidding. I just listen to all the things he's doing, the company is doing, you'll be amazed. 200 over software engineers in the company. How many even tech companies in Malaysia have got 200 over software engineers and techies, right? Just quite insane. So John is the tip of the sword in that sense. Okay, John, take it away.
Thanks so much, Karan, for the introduction. As you rightfully pointed out, many people know Gamuda for our construction efforts, our mega construction, our property developments. And in fact, like what Karamjit mentioned about the smart tunnel, it's an example of who we are, right? Doing difficult, complex engineering projects, it's in our DNA. But innovation for us has looked very different in the past few years because we've been building our digital capability. Once upon a time, a lot of our innovations were physical in nature. And today, a lot of the innovation is shifting towards the digital space. It's in our mission statement to lead the region in innovative breakthrough solutions. And that's exactly what we're doing. We build physical infrastructure. We're also building digital infrastructure. And part of that journey has been, over the past 10 years, construction has been a very vibrant space when it comes to adopting and deploying technology. We were the first to build the autonomous tunnel boring machine, which won recognition in the US and the UK for the first type of technology that can drive TBMs autonomously.
Imagine, John said build, they didn't buy it from a Japanese or Korean or company, right? They built it themselves. Incredible.
That's right. So we built the software from scratch here in Malaysia, made by Malaysians. Now that technology is exported to Australia for Australian projects, it's also exported to Singapore for Singapore projects. Soon it'll be in Taiwan as well. So I think it's a very proud moment for us as a company and representing the country at a global stage. We've been winning a couple of awards recently also by IDC. We are Future Enterprise of the Year 2024. We've also had a very deep partnership with Google Cloud, and we launched the Gamuda AI Academy as well with them.
That was last year, October, right? Recent.
Yes, correct. That was last October, correct. Yeah. And I think out of all the companies that could partner, Google chose to partner with Gamuda for this endeavor. And I think it's such an exciting thing. It demonstrates the depth of capability, especially in our innovation hub. We're not just building things internally, we're now also commercializing it and building it for the external market through Gamuda Technologies and our subsidiaries.
So that is insane, right? So imagine, if you didn't catch that, right, what he's saying is that they now have a subsidiary called Gamuda Technologies, right? And they're going to start, it's going to be a new business unit. They're going to be selling the solutions that they perfected in-house over the years in different verticals, and they're going to offer it to the market. So all you tech companies out there, watch out. You've got a new competitor on the block, and it's not a newbie, right? It's an 800-pound gorilla, but just being new in this space. That's quite a bold decision. You're known so well for construction and engineering and really building, right? Designing, and now you're going into software. So whose crazy idea was it to say, hey, I think we can actually make a space for ourselves in the market where you're not just competing with local companies, because Malaysia is a very open market. Right? You've got software companies, you've got SAP, you've got Oracle, you've got CRM, right? Salesforce here, and besides the Googles and all that, selling their solutions into the market. So the market is used to having top-class software solutions, and yet you guys are brave enough to throw your hat into the ring and say, hey, we think we can compete and win.
Yeah, so I think it really stems back. Our North Star has always been our mission statement, which is to lead the region in innovative breakthrough solutions.
That's the second time you're saying it. Interesting. Yeah. Lead the region. Okay.
Yeah, correct. And once upon a time, like Smart Tunnel was our first project doing tunneling, and now we are a very strong tunneling contractor in the world, not just in Malaysia. I think when it comes to technology, it's no different. We've been building capabilities for quite a long time. We have our own AI team, we have our own cloud team, software developers, and part of that thinking is, again, led by our North Star. How can we make a difference to our clients, to our customers out there, and also for the local ecosystem, right? I think there's a gap in the market when it comes to strong, big technology companies. I mean, when you look at Singapore and other countries, there are premier engineering deep tech companies that run the show. I think in Malaysia, for us, we want to be the pride of Malaysia when it comes to building great technologies and servicing customers well with AI. Being able to bring capabilities and transform and innovate quick, just like how Silicon Valley does.
Oh, I love that, man. To be the pride of Malaysia in the region, in the world, man. Which, when we were talking beforehand, you were already well on the way. We had a coffee session like maybe 3 weeks ago. After listening to John, I was like, hey, dude, you guys are like a world-class company, but not enough of us know about the crazy things you're doing, right? I bet you, all of you listening, you didn't know that Gamuda built the boring machine, right? The software was powered by Gamuda, which is insane. Of course, the hardware, the mechanical part, you take from elsewhere. But, you know, software rules the world, right? Like Anderson said, right? Horowitz. Software rules the world, and these guys are being on the cusp of that development also, super duper, which is why you've got 200 over software engineers. But let's talk about talent part, right? Because you have so many people in there. How do you see the scenario for you all in terms of software, in terms of talent, right, coming in for you, specifically within the software and technology? And of course, when I talk about software, AI is also software, right, in that space. What are the challenges you're facing, and how are you helping to be the solution to the challenge yourself, which of course you'll talk about your AI Gamuda Academy, but how are you trying to address that? What is your experience now? And how are you trying to make sure that you all are a solution and not just keep complaining, budget, hey, government, you must do more to help us, right? Because you all always have been helping yourselves. That's in your DNA also.
That's right. I mean, we're a private company, and part of it is, we need to
no grants from MDEC or whatever.
And I think when we look at the situation that Malaysia is in, right, compared to other countries like India and Vietnam, they're churning out many engineers every single year. I think the challenge that Malaysia faces is how do we create a very high-quality pool of engineers, bring them to market, and also provide them things to work on, business opportunities and also projects to work on. And what we've discovered, I think, is that with AI, it's made software development as a career path a lot more accessible to a lot more people. It used to be that you have to go to university, get a degree in computer science. But what we're seeing is that with things like Gemini, for example, you're able to write software code already, and you just need a person to read it, make sure it's correct, be able to implement it, right? And so we said our thesis was, let's do the Gamuda AI Academy. Let's launch an academy and it's powered by Yayasan Gamuda, so it's totally free. It's
totally
open.
Okay, very important. Totally free.
Totally free, open to everyone. The KL campus recruits 50 packs every
6 months?
Every 3 months.
Every 3 months. Wow.
Yeah. So we have cohorts that last 3 months. It's a full-time program.
Meaningful 3 months, not 3 weeks or 1 month.
Correct. So it's not a day course. It's not a 1 week course.
The full-time commitment. Yeah, you're giving people free world-class education. They better put skin in the game, right, with their time.
Correct. So the idea is that we want to be able to train people from no experience of coding to be able to develop an application and be able to deploy it into production with AI.
Wow.
Being able to embed Gemini into the process as well, so that by the end of it, they are able to, on their own, develop an application. And we've seen such success.
Okay, I was going to ask you about that. So, talk about you. I know John just came back from Kota Kinabalu, Sabah, where he attended the graduation of 30 students. So, and I'm glad I heard Sabah, or I'm sure there's going to be in Sarawak also, right? Because you got to be inclusive. Yesterday, one of the key discussions with MDEC and Microsoft was for Malaysia to have a chance of wanting to be the AI hub for the region, right? We have to make sure that the benefits and the knowledge of AI or any other cutting-edge technology is inclusive and broad for all specters of society, right?
Correct. Our thesis is that the jobs for software engineers can be anywhere now, given the very distributed nature of technology, right? And so we believe that by expanding our reach across to different states, we're also opening up opportunities for the local people. I mean, Sabah has 3 million people, if I'm correct.
Wow.
Their population is about 3 million people. And we talk about, sometimes the poverty gap, B40.
Yes.
But if they get into software development jobs, they're already moved up into the M40 bracket.
Excellent. I like that.
I'm thinking about, as we craft this and we grow across to different states, we are trying to create an ecosystem of people that are ready to serve the global market. especially now with AI being such a hot thing, there's no reason why Malaysia, especially states outside of KL, why they can't be the outsourcing hub for many of these other companies across the world.
True, true. I mean, like, you talk about Accenture being in Malaysia. They've got a global hub in Malaysia. DNA wrote an article about it. When they first launched, they're targeting 3,000. I just met somebody who just left the company. He said they're like 8,000 now. Can you imagine? So that's a challenge for you, because these kind of companies are all looking for tier 1 talent, right? So your AI Academy, although you're churning out or you're training students, right, for 3 months, you may need to have 5 cohorts a year, one every 2 months, right, with 50 students, because there's huge demand out there.
Correct. So
and by the way, John was saying that, the 30 students that graduated from Sabah, he said, hey, we're going to pick a few to hire them. So you're doing your part also, right?
Correct.
So,
we're doing our part also. And of course, other members of the Google Cloud ecosystem are also hiring from this pool. We keep going. So every year we're running 3 cohorts per campus, 50 per batch in KL, 30 in Sabah.
Okay.
That will continue expanding. But the real thinking here is that we're offering opportunity for people to participate. Even if you don't have a computer science degree, you come from any discipline, as long as you have an interest to code and participate, you can be part of it as well. So I think this is all part and parcel of what I said about creating real, strong engineering talent in the country. That forms the base for us to be globally competitive.
Yeah, wow, very interesting. I mean, you keep talking about global and world class. So now you said you got 2 hubs, right, in KL and in Sabah, Kota Kinabalu. Are you going to create a hub like in the East Coast, whether in Terengganu, Kota Baru, or in Pahang?
I can't disclose.
He didn't know I was going to ask that question.
I can't disclose yet, but let's just say there's some interesting conversations at the moment, and we're very excited to keep expanding this as well. And we do that in partnership also with a lot of the local authorities. So, for example, in Sabah, Scenic is our partner. Scenic and Sabah.
Like, it's the Sabah version of MDEC, yeah.
Correct, yeah. So they together as partners, we launched the AI Academy together. Google was also present during that day. But the idea is that together with local support,
you get local buy-in right away from day one, and from the state government also,
Correct. And we're saying that this creates a very good virtuous cycle, because you have students that can work on problems, they can work on problem statements, deliver projects just to MVP. But the idea is that, we're able to create this fail fast mentality, Silicon Valley type innovation.
No way, seriously, engineering company talking like that is crazy, man.
I think we have to think very differently about
your boss knows you're talking like this, right? Live, okay? Okay.
I preach this a lot internally. I think we need to be able to fail fast. We do this also for ourselves. We say we eat our own dog food, right? It's a Silicon Valley term, but we
dog fooding,
dog fooding. We build a lot of our stuff internally. We let our guys test it. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, but that's okay, right? Because that's the nature of innovation, right? And some things that work, they work really well. So, for example, now if you go to Gamuda Land, if you go to GL Connect, you can actually buy a house using AI. And that's public right now today, if you went to the website. But that is a result of experimentation. It was from our marketing teams and from our product teams that said, hey, I can customize the house, but it's very hard to serve it using a human. Can we use AI to do it? And we said, yeah, sure, let's give it a try, right? But great ideas are sparked like that. It's the coming together of ideas.
No, for me, I pick up on the fact that the idea came from marketing and sales. So it looks like the various business units, maybe even procurement or supply chain, right? Building materials. It looks like they are liberated to think, out of the box, and then they say, yeah, John is crazy. Let's out crazy John and go to him and see whether his team can do what we're thinking. Right? That's incredible.
I like
that. Like you almost created you're almost like creating a virtuous, ecosystem of crazy ideas floating around, right? And then you're the chief crazy officer, man.
I love it, chief crazy officer. That's
serious, right? Because you're embedding it. If I was closing my eyes, I would think I would be talking. I would imagine I'm actually talking to a techie like from the Silicon Valley, which is the heart of crazy ideas, right? So, it just came. This is not programmed or modulated, right? It's just spontaneous me sharing with him. So that's crazy. Again, I'm saying crazy. I shouldn't be saying crazy live or there, but that's good. That's really bold. Like Gobin likes to use the word bold, but it's really bold. So maybe before we wrap up, I'm getting a signal. Maybe is there one interesting thing about Gamuda that people don't know about, or maybe they don't appreciate enough, right?
I think a lot of people know us maybe for, like I said, our property development.
Most people, of course.
Right? I think construction a bit less so. Like if I said, Gamuda actually built the MRT, many people still go like, oh really? I never knew.
Yes,
or like, you built the smart tunnel. Wow, I never knew, right?
And go to YouTube. National Geographic has got a fantastic documentary on the building of the smart tunnel. Incredible.
Yeah, correct. And I think, if one message to everybody is, look us up. check out our blog. Head over to gamuda-get.com and you get to see all the technology stuff we're doing. Go to our AI Academy website as well if you Google us online. Right. But essentially get to know us because, you know, I think it's a very interesting journey that we're on. And like I said, we're engineers at heart. We want to solve big problems.
Oh. And if you're lucky, you may meet the Chief Crazy Officer also, John. Okay, with that, thank you so much, John. It's been super fast, right? You talk as fast as me, man. Very rare. So, okay, a lot to share. Okay, with that, thank you all, very much, all of you at home from watching. And those of you who have time, the conference ends today in the evening. You still got time to check out a lot of exhibits here. MDEC has got an incredible GAIN booth right here to our right. Lots of interesting companies. Do come. It's worth your time. Gamuda next year must have a booth here also, right? Your AI Academy, yeah. Okay, there you go. All right, very much. Thank you so much. And we'll see you again for the next live stream like at 12:30.